Welcome to Radiant Racheli, dating with cancer. Gotta set the mood. Freaking love incense. Smells so good. Just a little backstory if you haven't seen the rest of my videos yet. I'm 21, single, and am diagnosed with cancer. I was living in Los Angeles, so I moved back to Florida to get my treatment. At the point of this video, I am 3 months into treatment, so I've had 6 rounds of ABVD chemo. I think that dating is something a 21-year-old undergrad student enjoys doing. I'm bored, I have nothing to do. On some nights, I just need to get out and go on one of the apps and I'll be like, let's go for a drink, let's go for a bite to eat. I need that outlet. I need that social outlet for myself. I've been using JSwipe this whole time. The other day I downloaded Bumble. It's an app where the girl has to message the guy first, and what I like to do is I like to send funny pickup lines. Look at their profile and this one guy was riding a horse and I made a pickup line about a horse. It's fun to me, it keeps me occupied. Whenever I talk about an experience or something that's happened or my dating life, I'm talking about me and Mr. Hippo. I'm not talking about anybody specific, except for Mr. Hippo. Let's get to the questions that I got from my peeps. At what point do you tell the person? It's something that just inevitably comes up. So if I'm meeting somebody out at a bar, if I meet somebody, it's not something that I bring up unless it has to come up. When we're texting and they ask me what do you do? I just respond, I'm like, chemo. I feel the person out before I respond that way. Another thing that happens though, because I am so active on social media and my Instagram and my Facebook, a lot of these guys that you'll meet on these apps will ask for your Instagram. I'll be sitting there waiting for them to say something, and half the time they don't even notice. They don't notice the chemo, the cancer, I'm very open about it. They don't notice that. They notice the freaking pole fitness stuff. Would you tell someone on the first date? Yeah, usually it's before the first date. I didn't tell some people for a very long time, and they were like, oh, what are you up to? And it was actually the few days after chemo. Every time they asked me what I was up to, I was in bed. I was I probably sound like the laziest person. Would I start a new relationship during my treatment? Yes. But just to go through this, I just feel there's not much of a connection to people who don't really get it. This lady wrote that she'll either only date cancer survivors or men that are much, much older than her, because going through this matures you incredibly. But then there are people that are so willing to learn and ask questions, and I appreciate that and I admire that. I just I haven't been able to connect on dating or romantic level. But I'm definitely much more drawn and feel a connection to people that have gone through this. I think that a lot of other cancer survivors can attest to that. I think it's also a little scary. I don't want to get my heart broken while I'm going through this. There's a lot with dating cancer. That's why I'm making this video. Okay, sorry. I don't know if you guys ever thought about this, because I didn't until I lost all my nose hairs. And it's always dripping now because I don't have any nose hairs to catch them. They asked, can you get pregnant while on chemo? Scientifically, yes, your reproductive system works, but it's very, very bad to get pregnant on chemo. My doctor said to use double protection when you do decide to become sexually active during treatment. He was very clear about that at the beginning, which can be birth control condom, diaphragm condom. It's possible to get pregnant, but don't. What do guys think about bald heads? I have no idea. It's a tough thing if you want to continue dating and then you're thinking about shaving your head. Kind of makes me, I don't know, thought of that. It's just, to you, I might look fine and it might not seem like I'm struggling with my image, but I am. I think that that's a really big thing that cancer patients struggle with throughout the process. You don't really feel sexually attractive a lot. But then when you are out dating and they treat you like a normal person, it's you don't even think about it. Okay, how long do you have to wait until having sex after treatment? This isn't a scientific answer, but I think once you feel up to it, usually a few days after treatment, I'm not even up for getting out of bed. Well, I guess you don't have to get out of bed to have sex. After treatment, I don't want to move. I guess you don't have to really move. Usually after treatment, I don't want anybody touching me. Are chemo drugs transferable during sex? I don't believe so, but either way, when you're on chemo, you should definitely be condoming up. Be as safe as possible. How about if your partner's sick, can you not see them until they're better? For those of you that don't know, when you go through chemo, your immune system is completely shot. You have to take a lot of precautions to make sure that you don't get sick. So you can't really be around people that are sick ever. If your significant other or somebody that you're dating and seeing is sick, I would definitely recommend staying away from them. Quarantine, goodbye. Do they have to be there every treatment? What we do, we kind of switch it up. Every time I go, we'll take turns so that it's fair, because I can't expect everybody to drop everything for me every other week. Will this make or break the relationship? Or neither. Like, I think that your relationship should not be defined by the cancer. Your relationship should be defined by who the two of you are as people and how much you love each other and trust each other and care about each other. Just because somebody was completely there for you through chemo doesn't mean that, okay, you guys are gonna, be together forever. This is making the relationship. I definitely think that it can break it. You can't be with somebody who is not there for you. When would the significant other know when to try and comfort their sick partner versus leaving them alone? At the beginning, you're not gonna know how to act. I was like, leave me alone, but I want somebody. Like, friend's mom, who also went through treatment, said she wanted comfort and to be left alone practically at the same time, which is the most accurate response to that other question. There were times where, like, I really just wanted to be alone. There were times where to be held, or like I wanted to get back tickles. I love back tickles. It would be like, I want you there, but I also want to be alone, so like, can we sit there back to back, and can you tickle my back and not talk to me? I have a great support system, like family, friends, but I think there's something special about having a significant other there for you during these times. It's like a different kind of attention, and it still makes you feel like beautiful, and it still makes you feel sexy, and it's like a different kind of touch. On what date do you let them feel the port? I think that's a first date thing. I port on the first date. Can you get port pregnant? Well, yes. Safe port access, always. It's funny because I call my port my penis port because, I don't think I really need to explain that. I love this question. Is this choice reflective of you embracing what you've been given, or is it an indicator of letting it define you? 100% me sharing this with somebody is me embracing it and me being really proud of myself. Being open about it is totally me saying, I'm going through this, but it doesn't matter. I'd love to still get to know you and for you to realize that, like, this isn't what defines me. I'm really proud of myself, especially, like, since my last PET scan, fighting a really big fight, a really scary fight, and I'm really proud of myself. I definitely embrace this as something that I'm accomplishing and that I'm succeeding in. If you're going through this, you should be proud of yourself, because this is one of the hardest things that anybody will ever have to do. That can relate to anybody that's struggling with an invisible illness. But I want my videos to be able to relate to anybody. This isn't just about cancer. It's about anybody that's going through a hard time that, needs that push. So, the things that I've gotten from the support groups that I've posted in were very different than, I guess, my outlook on it, and I hope that my video will be able to help and show that, dating with cancer, and if dating is something that you enjoy doing. If you don't enjoy doing it, then I'm not telling you go date, it'll make you feel better, because no, I'm just trying to say, if it's something that you enjoyed doing before, and that if you want to go out and meet people, that you should still do it. And there are times where I'm like, I should have gone private about it. I wonder, I want to do an experiment and see what that would have been like. But I definitely don't want cancer again, so I take that back. I hope that this video helps you understand what dating with cancer is like. I hope that this video helps you feel more comfortable if you have cancer to date. Or I hope you just like looking at my face for a little while and hearing me talk about dating. Play it with me. Everything's gonna be okay.